Hello and welcome back to another Rlcs recap video, and it's the Rally Open 4 Day 1? We'll call it Day 2 because it's Day 2 of, it's definitely Day 2, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Day 2 here, and some, you know what, like I always do, I do my predictions and I wasn't correct really at all. I've got them up in front of me, and I'll explain why I predicted that way, and also say why the games didn't go the way I predicted, and probably the way most people predicted. However, I am a genius because I did predict Gen G to play this good, and I predicted them to beat Energy, and they did it, but we'll get onto that later. We'll start where the day began with, in my opinion, probably the most disappointing game of the day. This was brutal. This was really brutal to watch, and it just shows that maybe they are still extremely inconsistent. I was going here with a 4-2 Rebellion against 9 Lives, and obviously not even in the same ballpark. It was the other way around, and it was more brutal. The reverse of the scoreline that I was predicting. 4-1 is nasty. Zanil replacing Kufr. And if I'm being honest, I thought 9 Lives up here when they beat Nah and went through, and I don't know, I just didn't rate them, I'm going to be honest. 3-2 against Nah. I mean, I don't want to be cheeky, but you know what I mean. I've not been rating their thing. I've not been rating their thing at all. But yeah, they look really good today, really consistent. Zanil was actually nasty, to be honest. He was their best player. He was playing really, really good. I forgot that he played for Cloud9 a while ago, but they were actually alright, you know. So maybe I've been underrating him and underrating this team, but I do have to say, what a disaster class from Rebellion. Holy wow. I was again watching CJ's stream for that one, and it was just nasty to watch, I'm not going to lie. Just to see them fall apart like that. I mean, mistake after mistake, two-piece, man, like so many mistakes, trying to clear the ball out, just messing it up consistently over and over again, a couple whiffs from Rlcs here, and I mean, they were all not on it, just like they were not yesterday, because they did well yesterday. Yeah, they did well yesterday, but the day before, they struggled, and they lost 3-0 to Evo. I know it says they beat 3-2 here, but in the day previous they had to play Evo, they got swept. They played like they did then, and I thought maybe that was just first team jitters, and I think this again is jitters, but yeah, you can't be having those sort of results if you want to qual for Worlds, or if you want to qual for Rally. You also can't really be having too many of these. It's not that bad though, I'm not gonna lie. It's I'm pretty sure Rebellion only made lower round 1 once before as well, if I'm correct, and they lost to, I think it was to 9 Lives again when they made it last split. So if they start the split by getting their best result from the last split, that's technically an improvement. I'm gonna say Rebellion, even though they sucked and they're very inconsistent at the moment, I think they'll straighten things out, and overall it's still a good move for them. Although, you know, we can see how good Justin's doing now, but I think overall Rebellion are better. That was just poor, and I'm sure they'll shake that inconsistency away with time. Tough loss. It was tough to see. I did not want to see them play like that. It's just terrible to watch. They were the not the worst team today, because we get into the second series, which I'm going to be honest, I was kind of locked in here working, and I was just sort of not really paying attention to this one, I can't lie. It looked extremely easy at one point. I think the final game was like 6 or 7-0 or something. The overall goal total was probably like 20 or like 13, 14, 15, somewhere along there. So this one wasn't close. I wasn't really tuned in. I also predicted this one to be 4-1. I thought Delayed might get a game because Ultimates kind of slipped up going to lowers yesterday, losing to Space Station, even though Space Station are a good team. Still, didn't expect that. And yeah, 4-0, easy peasy, swept aside. Delayed. They are that sort of team, aren't they? They're at best lower round 1 team. If they make lower quarters, I would have been pretty surprised. In general, without having to face Ultimates, I don't think they would have beat 9 Lives today. They probably wouldn't have beat Rebellion either. That would have been close though, because Rebellion were very mid today. They weren't even really in that series with 9 Lives at all. They ran away with that one. The third series, and the second best series of the day, really. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really predict this at all. I had Space Station winning this one 4-2. Yeah, I'll hold my hands up. In my last video, I was not really berating the complexity, but I was just not saying that I didn't get the glaze. I didn't get why people were saying they were so good. I get it now. Look, I'm sorry. They basically replaced Raisebow with Frosty, who's doing the exact same thing Raisebow was doing, but just slightly more aggressive and more open around the pitch, less of a system. Could be honeymoon phase, but they have that like level of consistency right now that the team had before, but with a little extra something. I think they're slightly better than they were before, to be honest. Not way better. I'm not going to say they're way better, because again, I think it's the case here. Space Station, much like Rebellion, new player in, and they didn't show up. I'm going to be honest. Just like Rebellion, Space Station have this extremely, well, I don't think Rebellion have the highest ceiling, but Space Station, just like last time when they still have Frosty, the ceiling was so high. I remember people were talking about like them having a higher ceiling than NRG, and if they could go to Worlds, how good would they do and stuff. And it's the inconsistencies even now. Like Kofor is a little bit older than Scribbles and Reveal, I think, but still a young gun, isn't he? And I feel like nervousness, I don't know, man. They were so inconsistent. A lot of whiffs. Just it's a completely different team from what we saw yesterday when they took down Ultimates in Evo. They made light work of Evo, who are pretty good. Made them look incredibly bad, and then also made Ultimates look bad. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't expect that again. It's the inconsistencies, just like Rebellion. Just didn't see it coming. I don't think there's any specific player to blame or anything. I think Complexity were just consistent and Space Station weren't. This is the issue though. Are Space Station going to be able to make Rally? Are they going to be able to make Worlds with these sort of performances? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, the best series of the day, Gen G Energy, and I gotta say, this is, I mean, it's not the only one I predicted, right? I predicted Ultimates to win against Deleted, but I had Gen G winning this one in my video yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I said, you might call me insane for this, it was the first one I did it, but you know what, I just felt it. I've been watching Gen G yesterday, and the day before that, they were disgusting in both those days. They haven't lost the series yet. The closest they had, I think if I go back to their Swiss, I think they're Swiss A. Where is it? Yeah, the closest one they had here, look, against Nah, who I don't rate, but they were low-key choking in this one big time. But yeah, they haven't lost like at all. They only dropped 2 games once, so they've really hardly dropped any games at all, let alone haven't dropped a single series. They look disgusting. I said in the last video, I'm pretty sure, that Magic Bear is one of the top players in NA. I hope I said that. I was gonna say that, so I hope I said it because I was right. I was right again. I'm getting my Gen G glaze up because these boys are cooking. They are cooking. And to be honest, look, from what I saw today, other people are saying it too. These guys look like favourites to win this Open right now, and maybe even looking good to go on and do well in the split. Don't want to jinx how well they're going to do in the split because, just like I said with Rebellion and Space Station, I think Gen G could still have a level of inconsistency. I don't want to jinx it, but they were playing phenomenal today. The press on NRG. I mean, NRG are a team when they have a lead, they're nasty, but this Gen G team is so offensive that they're likely to get that lead, and then NRG's cooked. They're cooked. NRG's offense, I think people have been talking about it for a while. It's been looking a bit flat, to be honest. It has been looking a wee bit flat. And now it looks, I think it's coming to the forefront now that they might actually have an issue here. Because before it was flat, but they were still winning because their defense is disgusting. But they couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop Gen G. Justin is back to his prime, and I love to see it. It's ridiculous. Cheese is great. Cheese was playing it. They were all playing ridiculously good. 9-2 in that final game to seal the series. This could have been a sweep, by the way. They were unlucky not to win Game 4. But 9-2. When was the last time NRG got smacked like that? I mean, they said, I can't remember how many finals they made in a row now. Somebody said it was something disgusting. I can't remember, but they've not. Energy haven't missed, sorry, not finals, Energy haven't missed something, I can't remember what I'm talking about now, because obviously they weren't in the last one, it was Ultimates, Genji, never mind. But yeah, Energy, obviously everyone knows how good they are, how consistent they are, and it looks like the Titan of NA could be slipping, to be honest. I'm going to try and predict tomorrow. Yeah, why not? Tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, so it's Championship Sunday, so all these games, I tried to predict these yesterday. The only matchup I had right, I had the top matchups correct, so I did have the Energy Ultimates, but then I didn't have the complexity there. I had Space Station. Look, it doesn't matter. We'll get into these, we'll do these briefly. This is going to be tricky, and I'm going to start with this one. I don't know if this will be the first series of the day, but NRG Ultimates, what a banger series to start. I mean, this is crazy. Imagine NRG got in lower quarters. Yeah, no one would have seen that one coming. And I didn't see it coming the other day yesterday when I predicted Ultimates to lose. However, I'm not predicting Ultimates to lose. I'm predicting Ultimates to win. However, I do think it'll be very close. Yeah, I don't know. Ultimates actually, I mean, I know it was only deleted. I don't want to be mean or anything, but it was only deleted. And Energy had to face a very, very hot Genji team. So it is tough to say. But that honestly could have been a 4-0 sweep for Genji. I think Energy look a bit nervous. And can Safi cover all those holes in a day? Because sure, the reason I had Ultimates losing this one the other day is because obviously Ultimates lost that one to Space Station. They look poor. And I saw Sad Jr. tweet out, "This will be fixed tomorrow." That's all bro said. He said, "Some issues today, it'll be fixed tomorrow." I was like, come on bro, yeah right, you can't fix all them issues, man. There's a lot of stuff going wrong, rotations, misses, just general press, I don't know, boost management, it looked all off, right? Chronic was on no boost pretty much the whole time. He was right, he fixed it all, God knows what he did, and I've got them winning that now, because they look better. Space Station, 9 lives, this one could be close, you know. Space Station don't look good. If we get the Space Station that we got today, they're going to lose this. But I'm going to predict that they come back. They wake up. Also, Kofer, chip on his shoulder, wanting to beat 9 lives. If they lose the 9 lives, Kofer's maybe got some questions he needs to address. Zanil better? No, I'm just kidding. He's obviously not. Kofer's a fantastic player. But I'm going to go with a 4-2. A 4-2. Could be a 4-3. They could lose this. I mean, like I said yesterday, I actually had Rebellion going all the way to semis and going out when I did my predictions then, because I thought they look good. But then I said they're also so inconsistent that, you know, anything could happen. You know what I mean? They could just lose 4-0 is what I said, and they lost 4-1. So again, Space Station, anything can happen. So this is tough. Yeah. Ooh. Complexity Ultimates. Nah, I'm sorry. I don't see it. I do not see it. I think Complexity are good. Don't get me wrong. But I think the Space Station they had to play today is not a fair representation of Space Station or the top 4 of NA. And coming against Ultimates, debatably 1, 2, or 3 in NA, they're going to struggle. First kill is going to be too much. The consistency of Complexity, as long as Ultimates are as consistent as they were today, Ultimates are going to out consistency, Complexity. Defensively, too good, and then offensively, obviously, Ultimates band for band with any other team in the world, or one of the best offensively in the world. 4-2 again. Could even be a 4-1. I think it kind of will be a blowout. Go down here, Genji Space Station. I'm doing it. I don't think I even really have to think about this one. They beat them before. If I go back to Swiss A, whoops. Swiss A, 3-1. And yeah, I think Space Station looked a bit off, but they weren't that bad. They weren't playing that bad. That day. They were playing alright. They were playing closer to how they played yesterday than they played today. So yeah. I think the way Genji are cooking, the way Justin's looking. Ooh, that rhymed. And Magic Bear, MB, looking like one of the best players in NA for Genji in 5. Yeah. Finally, Grand Finals. Ooh, this is tough. Crazy. A rematch of the literal exact same Open, except it's a different Gen G roster. Who would have thought they would have made it all the way here on their first attempt? Probably nobody. Probably literally nobody. I don't think Justin himself or Cheese or MB would have thought they would be back here. But they're going to get back here. Are they going to repeat what they did to Ultimates? Hey, I'm all in. The chips are on the table. I'm all in. This team is disgusting. They're playing so well. They're on fire at the moment. Can Ultimate stop them? I think they're going to be a little bit nervous because of what happened last time. And the constant pressure, the constant offensive pressure of Gen G is going to be similar to what happened up here with Space Station. If you watch this series, Space Station didn't let their foot off the gas once, picking off passes left and right off the backboard. And that's exactly... When Space Station are playing their best, they play like how Gen G play, offensively at least, with the pressure of the pitch. And I don't think Ultimate's going to be able to handle that. I'm going to say it's close though, just to save my blushes when somehow Gen G don't even get close to the final tomorrow and lose to Space Station. So, anyways, that's my predictions. I hope the games are a little more competitive tomorrow, even though these scorelines aren't that competitive. I just think... Sorry, it's all the way back here. Wow. Yeah, some of them are. Some of them aren't. As long as we get a good grand finals, I don't really care. What a day of Rock League, though. It was definitely very, very, very entertaining. Gen G going to Rally. Gen G going to Worlds. Sign me up. I'm enlisting. I'm a Gen G fanboy for NA now, obviously. I'm EU head, though, so GK better. But GK, Gen G, my two favourite teams now. And Gen G are a joy to watch. Congratulations to all of them boys. If you found this video interesting, or if you missed the action today and you need a little recap, thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow for sure, because I'm going to be doing another one. I want to talk more in depth about why Gen G are so good. I'm going to try and do a bit more, get my analytical head on, because they are just absolutely disgusting at the moment. Yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you found this interesting or informative. FoolishFellar out.